Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Shulchan Aruch Yomi. Today we're starting a new week, Siman Lamed Vav in Orach Chaim. We're still with the letters and the parshios of your tefillin. Today we're going to learn about Dikduk Sivasan, how you're supposed to write the letters. Now, we're not going to go fully in depth over here. If you look in the Mishnah Brura, any edition of Mishnah Brura, he actually really went into depth. He shows pictures of what the letter is supposed to look like in the Torah when you write for a sofer. This is mainly, most people are not sofer, they don't write the letters, but he writes it very clearly, Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Hey, what it should look like, what it shouldn't look like. In order to be a sofer, you're going to have to read that, but we're not teaching for sofer, we're teaching regular people. So if you want to be a sofer, look at that. If you don't want to be a sofer, you want to check a Sefer Torah, you could also look at that, or you could just hear the general rules and apply them when you see the letters in the Mishnah Brura. Aleph, Sarach Dakte B'Ksivas HaOsios. You have to be very careful when you write the letter. Shel Tishtane Suras Shuma Achas Mehen. It shouldn't look like a different letter. Lo Tidme Lacheres, right? It's very easy. A Dalet could look like a Reish could look like a Dalet. A Beis could look like a Chaf could look like a Beis. Just add a little bit, right? Right, a Hey could look like a Kuf. You make the line a little bigger. A Vav could look like a Nun Sofit. The Torah and other poskim, they bring exactly the beautiful, full script that we find written in the Sefer Torah and Tefillin and Mezuzos. You'll open them up, you'll see it's a beautiful handwriting. We would do it on Sofrim. The Sofrim know this is passed down generation to generation. The Mishnah Brura tells you exactly what that is. If you change the way, let's say you wrote the letter not exactly the most beautiful way, but you could still recognize it. Like we said, a katan, a child who is not too smart and not too stupid, he could recognize what letter it is. So b'diavad it's kosher. Beis kol os shricha lios golem echad. This is very important. Every letter has to be one entire body. All the parts of the letter have to be touching, except two letters. We'll see in a second. L'kach tzarich lios benakuda shala aleph shikmin yud benakuda shedachteo v'yudi ashin v'ayin v'acharei sadi shu nogos ba'os. Right, an aleph, right? You make basically like a slash, and you have a little yud in the middle and a little yud going up and a little yud going down. Those little yuds have to touch the slash of the aleph. And when you make a shin, all the three yuds on the top of the shin, right, they have to touch the bottom, and the ayin, right? Again, all parts of the letter and the sadi all have to touch the letter. If even one of these parts of the letters doesn't touch it, it's possible. Same all the other letters, chutz mehevik kuf, except two letters, which is exactly the opposite. A hey, right? You basically write like a reish, and then you put something in the middle, a kuf. Also, you make like a hey just a little longer in the middle. She'ena liga haregal bagag vimnaga pasal. There, it's usher. It's actually the opposite. The lach is it touches the top of the hay, it touches the roof of the hay, or the roof of the kuf. It would pass as they shouldn't be touching. Gimel sarach l'tayig shatnez gets. This is a halacha that people know about Sefer Torah. There's tagim, right? If you look at a Sefer Torah, there's crowns on certain letters. What are the letters that need those crowns? Shatnez gets 7 letters. Shin, Ayin, Tet, Nun, Zayin, Gimel, Tzadi. When you have those letters, they have little crowns on the Sefer Torah. Sometimes one, sometimes two, sometimes 3 crowns. Little things sticking up in the letters to make it more beautiful. About Sofrim, that's the Chachil you have to do. About Sofrim, Nagu, the Tayig Osios Acheros. The Shulchan Aruch says there's actually a minhag to make crowns on other letters. We don't do that. But if you didn't put the crowns, you didn't passel these letters. And the Mishnah Brura brings the Bach, says it is passel. There are people that are machmirin by that, so you should really be careful if you're a sofer to make sure you write those crowns on the letters. That, and the Mishnah Brura says that afterwards, even though normally the tefillin stam, Sefer Torah, tefillin mezuzah have to be written in Kesidron, have to be written in order. If you wrote a whole parsha in the Sefer Torah or in the Tefillin and you didn't put the crowns on, even if you put the crowns on afterwards, it's not out of order because the base of the letters are already there. The crowns are just an embellishment on them. So it's not writing out of order. Even you could add it on later on and it wouldn't be a problem. Stay tuned for Ian Shulchan Aruch. We talk more about the svara, why Shatnez gets crowns and no other letters. See you there.